record, see how it goes. We got you plugged into the power today, so we shouldn't have any problems. So today, let's begin laying on our backs. We're going to lay flat on our backs. This is our Bootcamp Yin Yoga class. So start laying on your back and just let your arms be by your sides for a few minutes. And we're going to practice Shavasana. So close your eyes, let your arms relax, let your feet fall up and towards the sky. Just feel your back body against the earth. Good. Turn your head side to side to stretch your neck out, just bringing your chin to the right shoulder and then over to the left shoulder and just back and forth, nice and slow. So it's a spinal twist for the neck, for the cervical spine. And when you're done with that, tuck your chin towards your throat just to stretch the back of the neck out and just let your head melt into the mat. Okay, let's swallow to relax the throat muscles and let the jaws part. Let the roof of the mouth relax. The cheeks, the forehead, the eyes. And just let your thoughts go like clouds through the sky. So start to witness your thinking. Feel the points of your body that are touching the earth. Just notice without judgment. So we're going to do a boot camp class today, a little bit shorter than regular, but we're going to get in all directions of the hips, some directions twice, plus our spinal twists. So keep your belly relaxed and start to breathe deeper when you're ready. Breathing in, belly expands. Breathing out, belly contracts. Just keep it going like that, nice and slow. Opening up the lower lobes of your lungs. And flooding the blood with oxygen, right? As you inhale, as you exhale, squeezing out toxins and tension. Good. So this is our pranayama. Okay, let's breathe into the ribs, feeling the ribs stretch as you inhale. As you exhale, just relax. Continue like that, nice and slow. Stretching the intercostal muscles between the rib bones. Good, relax. Feel the wideness of this part of the breathing practice. Try to do this throughout the class. Now breathing into the chest, feel the chest rise on the inhale, fall on the exhale. Pranayama. So this is Dirga breathing or Dirga Pranayama. Opening up the heart center now, top of the lungs. Nice steady breaths. All right, let's fill the lungs like a glass, belly, ribs, chest. Empty like a glass, chest, ribs, belly draws back. Just continue like that. Good. Now stretch the arms over your head on your next inhale, point your toes, and then give your knees a big squeeze into your chest. So hug your knees in, rock side to side, nice and slow, massaging your lower back, your kidneys. Good. Now we're going to start with the spinal twist. So bring your arms straight out on the floor, hold the floor with your palms down, let your knees sway side to side, and eventually let your knees land on the right. So try to have your knees straight out from your hips to the right, and then your feet straight underneath your knees. So it's a 90-degree angle with your legs and towards your body. And then flip your palms up or hold down the left knee with the right hand. Okay, and see if you can turn your gaze to the left. Really stretch out your neck. Okay, just a few breaths, but feel it. It goes all the way from the left shoulder into the left hip and then down the left leg. Feeling the side of the body stretch. Keep on breathing. So a few more breaths. All right, let's switch sides. So just bring the knees up using your hands against the mat, against the ground, and then switch sides. Bring it over to the left, straight out from the hips, feet straight underneath the knees. Feet and knees are stacked if possible, and then flip your palms up. Now remember, this time you can use your left hand to hold your right knee down if you want. And then try to gaze to the right, away from the knees to get an extra stretch in the neck. Keep on breathing. Slow, steady breaths. Good. Feel the breath going through the lungs, twisting, ringing down into the tail, and then back up through the tail. Remember, yesterday we worked on the rainbow body. Keep that in mind. Those are your chakras. Lighten up as we bring everything into alignment. Just a few more breaths. Feeling that diagonal stretch maybe again this time. Going from your right shoulder down your right waist, right leg. We're all going to feel these poses differently, so just do your best. Every posture. Okay, let's bring it back to center. Give the knees a nice squeeze into the chest. Rock side to side again, massaging your lower back. And then rock yourself up to seated. And just bring your hands together at your heart center. Bow your head forward. Thank yourself for being here. Set the intention for today's class. What is it that you need? Ask for that. Be brave, be bold. And then say thank you for what you asked for. Hands to the forehead to touch. Remember, thoughts will be there. They're not who you are. Just watch, be the witness to your thinking today. Hands back to the heart center. Let's do a cleansing breath. Inhale. All right. We're going to open up the legs into a V. We're going to start with dragonfly pose. Remember, you can use your blocks behind your knees if you'd like, or you can lift yourself up onto a blanket. So opening the legs nice and wide. And maybe a block behind each knee, if you like, because we want to stick the butt out behind us. And then if you can, you fold forward using the blocks under your elbows. Okay, just be here for a few minutes. All right, so let's breathe, guys. Same breath, new pose, new position. Breathe where you have space, stretching out your hamstrings, stretching out the back of your legs, spine. Just depends on where you're feeling it. Remember, the legs don't have to be super wide. So we'll just stay for 3 minutes, starting with the back body a little bit here. You've already been in a spinal twist, hopefully making this a little easier. Slow, steady breaths. So working on the urinary bladder channels that go all the way down the back body, from the back of your neck all the way to the heels. Wherever you're feeling this, I want you to breathe into that space. Remember, where your mind goes, your energy flows. Just a 3-minute hold, so try to get still right away at a place that feels like sweet discomfort. That's our first minute already, 2 left. You can let your head hang, or if you're having issues with your neck, maybe support it with your forehead, with your hands, or with an additional block. Whatever feels good. Be creative with your props. So being kind to yourself with your thoughts, with your words, your actions today, what you choose to eat, what you say, moving towards our highest good in life. 1 more minute to go, keep breathing. So what does that mean, right? What does the highest good mean? It means to be our best self, to have self-respect, to take care of ourselves, to be kind. Good, keep on breathing. Okay, so we're gonna do something different today. So I want you to go ahead, come out of the pose like we always do, feet flat and knees tipping side to side. So what we're gonna try today is what's called a seated pigeon. So it's kind of like our swan, it's an outer rotation. You're gonna put your right foot on your left knee. And I know I make that look easy. So you might have to use your hand. Put your right ankle, not your foot, because we don't want it sickling, right? Your left foot's flat, your hands are behind you, and just kind of hang there. Now, the more flexible you are, let me reset the clock. The more flexible you are, the closer you're going to be able to get towards your leg, right? So I'm right up against my heel. My hands are close to my body. My chest is close to my thigh. But you might be a little bit further away with your foot more forward. Your hands are leaning back a little bit further. Let's just stay here for a few breaths, see how it feels. Just play around with something different. So our bootcamp class, right? We're just going to go a little bit stronger into some different poses on Saturdays, just to play around with all the stuff we've been doing all week for those of you that have been coming regularly. You're always working at your edge, always honoring your body. So that's 1 minute. Let's just stay for 1 more. Be where you need to be. So oftentimes in a vinyasa class, we would actually lift the heel and come up to squatting on 1 foot, right? And then maybe bring the hands in front and go into some crazy like flying crow position. That would be vinyasa. This is yin. So we're trying to minimize the muscular position of it. So hopefully your right leg right now is pretty relaxed. Just 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Now I'm going to give an option for this next part, but then we'll all meet up again in the next pose. So the option is reverse table one-legged. So with this foot still upon the knee, you can walk your foot forward, make sure your shoulders are going to be over your wrists, your foot is going to be under your knee, and you can just lift up to a one-legged version. Now, if that's too hard, just put the right foot down and lift up. Now, for you, those of you that have the foot up still, you come back down. You let the right foot come to the floor in front of you. The left leg comes back. Now we're in swan on the right. Okay, so that was a little warm up for the swan pose. All right, right knee in front of right hip, right foot across your right knee. Y'all know how this goes. Left knee out to the left. Bend into it. If you need more pressure, this is a 5-minute hold. Okay, let's begin. Find your edge in right side of swan. Elbows on blocks, maybe a block of your forehead. Let's keep breathing. So feel that hip a little warmed up from that seated pigeon pose. We could call it seated swan, I guess, too. So now working that IT band, working the gallbladder channel, melting over the leg as much as possible by relaxing and breathing. Feels so good, right? This is most people's favorite out of all the poses. So make sure it's strong enough to keep your attention, but not so strong that you're not able to breathe. That's our first minute, so keep relaxing. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your breath. Let the thoughts move to the background. Breathe in the sunshine. Breathe out the darkness. Remember, we can embrace all parts of ourselves, but we can be discerning with what we think, letting go of old thoughts that maybe don't serve us for our highest good anymore. Okay, we're more than halfway, so just keep breathing, keep letting go, play your edge. Remember, if you're all the way down over your right leg, like I am, with the forehead touching the ground and the back leg is straight, then you start shifting towards that right foot. That's going to make it more intense. So just giving you some more advanced versions of these poses today, but please always work at your edge. "90 seconds. Like I was saying yesterday, be patient. We can't force this kind of stretching and this kind of improvement. To improve our flexibility, we have to take our time and really just let the body decide. Good. Keep on breathing. All right, let's start coming up. We're going to bring the left leg forward, straighten the right leg in front, shake out your legs a bit. Let's put the right foot flat, either inside or outside the knee. And then sit up tall, holding onto the front of the knee, lengthen your spine, and turn to your right. So right hand back, left hand holds the right knee. Squeeze your belly out of the way. Squeeze your pelvic floor, pushing the prana up high, up that rainbow spine, right? So if you weren't here yesterday, I talked about the colors of the chakras filling the sushumna, the central channel. So red in the bottom, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white, all the way from the tail to the crown. Turn your gaze, get into your throat chakra. This one is blue. Okay, now when you turn to the front, inhale, and turn to the left on an exhale. Okay, half frog is next. Right foot comes back, inner rotation, and then the right knee turns out to the right. Remember, you can always shift the left leg instead. Now you can sit on a block if you need to, block under your seat, but we want this right foot tucked in close with the toes pointed and close to the hip, but not under the hip. And you can put a block behind your left knee as well. Okay, 3 minutes, half frog pose. So pulling out all the more challenging postures today, but you work at your edge, okay? So remember, this right knee is getting, or right thigh is getting a big stretch. The hamstring's a big stretch. You can fold between the legs, right? You can fold over the left leg for more hamstring work, or sit up straight. Just 3 minutes, keep breathing. Finding your edge, taking your time. Slow, steady breathing. Now, if you start feeling something in your right knee, like I often do in this pose, usually I just bring my knee in a little bit closer towards the center, and that usually gets rid of that. So if that's an issue for you, please feel free to try that. You could also lean to the left to take pressure off the knee and the foot. Okay, that's 1 minute. We have 2 left. So remember, this is a 3 minute ankle stretch too, right? So you're working on your foot, you're working on your knee, your quads, the inner rotation, the hamstring, a lot going on here. Just keep breathing. Okay, it's 45 seconds. Just keep breathing. Let your body just melt in at its own pace. No forcing in our practice of yin yoga. Just relax and breathe. This is how we become more flexible, not just physically, but mentally as well. We learn to go with the flow. Okay, now we're going to slowly come out of this by grabbing the right ankle and bringing the left foot forward, letting that right leg forward, and let the right leg straighten. Just wiggle your legs again a little bit. Some windshield wipers again, see how that feels. And then let's just take a little pause, shake up the hands, roll the shoulders backwards a little bit. And nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring the foot forward, put the left ankle on the right knee this time for that seated pigeon or seated swan, okay? So you might be close to your hip with your butt might be far away, the foot forward more, hands behind. We'll just hang out here for 2 minutes, little preparation for the full posture. So do what feels good. Find a stretch. Maybe your chest is coming close to that left foot. You can push down to the ball of the right foot to kind of keep that right leg engaged so the left leg can relax. Maybe rolling that left ankle just to make sure that left foot stays relaxed, that left leg rather. You could drop your head forward. That's going to stretch more. Just be careful. Do everything slow. That's the first minute. One more. This one will help you get your foot behind your head eventually for Ekapadashasana, right? You can see if it gets really close. You can just slip that foot right behind your head. Okay, so that's 2 minutes. We're going to do that reverse table either with both feet or keeping that left ankle on the right knee. Make sure your hands are secure. Slowly begin to lift and squeeze. Right foot flat. Lift your chest or do it with both feet on the mat. So if you have your foot up when you come down, just slip that left ankle off your right knee, let it come to the ground, swing your right leg back. Second side of swan, 5 minutes. So left knee in front of left hip, left foot across from left knee, right knee faces to the right. And start to move forward till you find that place of sweet discomfort in your body. Right? Place you can breathe, relax, be still. Muscles are relaxing, right? Let go of the muscular system during this practice as much as possible. 5 minutes. So it's the same position with the leg, except for now you can relax a lot more because the earth is holding you in place. Try to breathe into your belly, breathe into your rib cage. Taking that breath low as much as you can throughout this class to really promote that nervous system relaxing, the parasympathetic nervous system. Keep on breathing. That's the first minute, 4 left. Back leg can stretch back further for those of you that are down all the way, maybe even turning the knee towards the earth. Outer rotation, really cranking on that left hip joint way up at the where the socket is, where the ball of the thigh fits into the hip or pelvic girdle. So just make sure you can relax around it. That's the key in yin. Just 1 minute left. Slow, steady breaths. Okay, let's start to rise nice and slow. Bringing that back leg forward. Left leg comes to meet it. Relax your legs. Some windshield wipers side to side. Now we're going to straighten the right leg, put the left foot flat this time. So left foot inside or outside the knee. Just depends on what it feels like. Lift up tall. Left hand back this time, turn to your left. Remember to think about the rainbow of your spine as you wring out each little part of the vertebrae, all the way up to the neck. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the pelvic floor, hold it. Inhale to the front, exhale to the right. Good, turn to the front, left foot comes back into half frog. So right leg stays straight, and then left foot comes in. Remember, we want the foot close to the hip, toes pointed, turn the knee out to the side, 90-degree angle between the legs if possible, but do what feels right. Okay, this is a 3-minute hold, no big deal. You can put a block under your seat. Just slip that flat block there, a block behind the right knee. Just do it to your level, whatever feels good. Listening to your body, watching your mind, feel your breath. Nice, slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. That's the first minute, right? You're just letting yourself relax into it. And if you start to tighten, that means you've gone too far. Just back out a little bit. So we're working on the top of the thigh, right? The quads, where the stomach and spleen lines are. Working on the top of the foot. There's 4 of the lower body meridians that travel across the top of the foot. Working on the urinary bladder lines down the back of the leg. This is like our second forward fold, right? As we started with dragonfly earlier. Keep on breathing. Nice long ankle stretch, 3 minutes. Stretching the top of your foot. So if that's where you're tight, that's where you're going to work in this pose, right? Wherever you feel it. A few more breaths. Let's slowly come up. Grab a hold of that left ankle. Bring the legs out front. See how you feel. Good job. So outer rotation, inner rotation. Nice hamstring stretch. Some windshield wipers. Good job. Now let's shake out the hands again. Roll the shoulders backwards. And then take a big cleansing breath. Inhale. All right, cows and cats now, first time today. So hands and knees up and down, nice and slow. Get your blocks ready at the top of the mat. And then just start to move. Make sure your blanket is wider than your knees. Right, wider than your mat, rather. And then up and down, cows and cats, side to side, anything that feels good. We've already had 2 spinal twists in this class, right? The reclining spinal and then the seated spinal twist that we just had. So let's get into our frog. Put those blocks under you. Maybe try a little bit stronger today, a little lower, because we're only going to do this for 3 minutes, okay? And then we'll hold it for 2 after for a total of 5. So put your blocks, whatever level you think you need. Put your elbows down. Slide the knees open, let your body come down onto your blocks. So shorter holds, more poses. You're going to double up. This is the second time in the inner rotation of your hips. Okay, so 3 minutes with the props, 2 minutes without. You could also keep them blocks under you for the whole 5. So do what feels good. Feel the inner thigh stretching. Feet can separate. Remember, you just had them pointed for a long time, so it might feel good to flex and turn the toes away from each other. Block can go under the forehead too. Do what feels good. So keep your hips back between your knees. You're going to get a lot further in this pose, unless that's painful, of course. Always listen to your body. Fun breathing. Kidney and liver channels now, inner thighs. This is a true inner rotation. That's the first minute. Keep relaxing, keep breathing. Oh, I can't see. One more minute, and then we'll take the blocks out if you'd like. You don't have to. Do what feels good. Just keep relaxing, breathing. Feel the grind, right? Working on our root chakra so we can be grounded today. Stable in our life, feeling like we can take our time with decisions and movements and thoughts. So if you are planning on taking those blocks out for the next 2 minutes, go ahead and do that now. You can still keep one under your forehead if you like, if that helps you. Right, you have 2 minutes left in this pose. Do it your way. Whatever feels safe and healthy. Just keep breathing. Pay attention to your body and your breath. So maybe you're feeling the difference from yesterday's 9-minute dragon pose today. We're a little sore. Just notice how things change every day. One more minute to make that 5. Dexter's being very spoiled here. Everybody loves Dexter. They should start a new show. He just spreads sunshine everywhere he goes. 30 seconds, guys. You can do it. I really hit the jackpot with that one. Nice, steady breaths. Remember, it's boot camp today, Bootcamp Yin. So it's okay if it's a little bit harder when we're doing shorter holds. As long as you can stay calm, as long as you can stay relaxed. Okay, now if you still have the blocks there, just take them out. We're going to start crawling forward slowly onto the belly. And release. Take the legs back together again behind you. And then just turn your head to one side. We skipped this yesterday, remember? So let's take our time. Let's turn the head one way, maybe arms next to the body, palms up. And just close your eyes and relax. Let's pull the right knee up if you'd like. Turn the gaze to the left for 1 minute. That's just if it feels good enough to do that. If your neck is feeling strong enough the other way, stay that way. All right, let's change sides. Bring the right knee down. You can bring the arms next to the body, gazing to the left side, right ear on the mat. Try that first and then switch it, bringing the knee up, turning the gaze to the left. So the left ear is on the floor, or to the right. So left ear would be down, left knee up if you want to make it stronger. 1 minute. Keep on breathing in and out of your belly. Okay, now bring that knee down. If you have it up, get yourself into Sphinx pose for your back bend. Okay, elbows under shoulders. Remember, we've done a couple forward folds today, so now this is going to feel really nice. So elbows under shoulders, hands can be flat or clasped like mine, just whatever feels comfortable. As long as those upper arm bones are holding you in place, you can let your head hang if that feels good. Keep on breathing. Now we're just doing Sphinx and Seal today, so let's plant the hands if you do want to go further. Make sure your hands are minimum shoulder width. Lock your legs open. See, when I squeeze my bum, I'm kind of lifting my belly a little bit off the ground, and then it's safe to straighten the arms, just so we're not over compressing the lumbar spine, the low back. Pushing down, lifting up. Big back bend. Opening up your chest, opening up your ribs. Feel the stretch through your abdomen. Good. So keeping your spine flexible. Now, when you come down, you can put your hands under you, push up to table, and go back to child's. Remember, we already did that 3-minute ankle stretch on each side. So notice that this is easier now. Maybe a block under your forehead. Take a few breaths. So we've done a lot of thigh work already, a lot of quad stretching, right? So feel that. Now, some of you can sit up on the feet. We'll just do it for a few moments since we've already done a longer one. Some of you can sit between the feet. right? Just sitting down right between the feet. Truly be careful. Good. And you may even be able to lean back, putting your elbows on the ground behind you or laying all the way back on the ground. So just don't force this. This is a very strong posture, but I know some of you have the flexibility to do it. So you could lay on a block or you could just lay straight back. Now in the Bikram class, we grab the elbows right when we're laying on the floor, try to arch the back up a little bit. They call it a human bridge. But be where you need to be. Maybe you're sitting on the feet, maybe you're sitting on a block. It's okay. All right, we're doing it our own way today. No competition. Okay, now slowly come up, lean forward, curl your toes under, maybe wiggle your feet a little bit before you turn your toes under, and then let's sit back and stretch the bottoms of the feet, stretch your toes out. Keep on breathing. Beautiful. Remember, hands can come onto thighs. Maybe you want to lift the knees and stretch that way instead, letting your body hang. It's up to you today. Do what feels good. Do what feels like it's going to help you the most, right? We're thinking about our highest good today. Beautiful. We're going to come back to cats and cows, hands and knees, up and down, move around a little bit. Feel your body waking up. Side to side, just anything that feels good. Tuning in intuitively to what you need. All right, right arm goes up, third final twist, right arm on the floor behind the left wrist. Put the shoulder on the mat and the right side of your head. We've done so much work already. This should really feel a lot easier, just more comfortable, so you can relax more. The more you relax, the easier it is for your body to open. So appreciate that open space that you might be feeling from the other two spinal twists that we've done so far today, and keep on breathing. Good, long, steady breaths in and out through the nose. Remember, you can always lift the other arm to the sky and bring it behind. But the reason we do that is so we can twist more, right? Pulling that top shoulder back, maybe pushing down the right arm on the ground. But make sure that that left knee stays heavy so you don't fall over. I've seen that happen in class before. Just 30 more seconds, 2-minute hold today. Keep breathing. So specifically twisting the thoracic spine, right? The upper back. So if we don't have mobility in this part of our body, it makes a lot of things difficult, like driving especially. We want to be able to turn and look around our vehicle to make sure that we're safe, right? And just think of all the other things that you do where if you can move your upper back, it makes it much easier. Okay, so left hand in front of your face, right arm sweeps up. Feel that twist. And then step the right foot back and open up like a star, really stretching left hand under left shoulder and left knee under left hip, left toes behind you like a kickstand. Just let your head hang, drop the right arm back, open the front of your body here. Good, take deep breaths, pushing the hips forward. Beautiful, arm can go over ear for more of that lateral flexion of your spine. Side bend, feel it. Keeping the hips forward. When you drop your arm, drop your head, right foot way back behind you. Nice work. All right, so we're gonna try something different again. We're gonna come down and take a big step forward with the right foot. Slide the left knee back. We're just gonna try, and you're gonna move to your own pace, a 5-minute high dragon. Now, whenever it gets too difficult, you just move forward into baby or low dragon if you need to. So this is a back bend, right? So it's a really nice way to stretch out the front of your left hip. This one is the strongest on the front of your hip. So that's why I want to try to do this for 5 minutes. The clock's already running. So just get into it. Just don't make it so strong today, maybe. You don't need to lean back so much. So maybe you can stay here for the whole 5. Back toes can curl under or point, what feels right. Nice, steady breaths. Good, keep breathing. So working on the front of the hip, first time in the hip flexors, but definitely not the first time in the quadriceps, right? So we did our half frog earlier. Coming up to our first minute already. See if you can find your stillness. Now, if you start feeling pain in your back, just lean forward more, maybe even laying over your leg for baby dragon. Because I can't see you and we can't communicate here. You have to listen to your body and let your body be your teacher. Good. Now I want you to feel the stretch all the way from your left knee into the hip and then through your left waist and maybe even your psoas muscle deep inside that left side of your body, the abdomen area. It's a really deep muscle. Using the prop in front of your back leg to support yourself. So maybe you don't even need your hands. The blocks are just there for balance. Good, nice steady breaths. That's 2 minutes already, 3 left. Remember to lift up a little through your ribs. Make sure that right hip isn't coming up higher than the left. That's very common. You can walk your right foot to the right. You feel like you need to adjust that. Keeping the hips side by side. It's not easy for me. I can it's starting to feel strong, right? We have 2 minutes left. So just really paying attention to what it feels like. And when you need to, you just adjust by coming forward. Keep on breathing. $90. Maybe closing the eyes, really focusing on breathing into where it feels tight, smoothing out that area with your breath. Okay, in 1 minute, we're going to counter this back bend-ish posture with our half splits pose. Or if you prefer, since this is our last posture, you can start walking your right foot forward and moving into dragon splits. Now I'm keeping this front knee bent because I have a hamstring thing going on my right hamstrings, but on the left side, I'll probably most likely straighten the leg more, right? But I'm using my block underneath my right hip, behind my right leg, whatever feels good. If you want to try dragon splits today, keep on breathing. So deeply stretching the front of the left hip, but now adding the hamstring work, which we've already done 2 poses for the hamstrings today so far. You can stay here a little longer if you're in the dragon splits. If you're in high dragon, you're ready to come out most likely. Start shifting your hips back. Half splits, lay over your right leg. That's going to take the pressure off your low back after that long back bend. Keep on breathing. All right, let's take it back to table. Hands and knees, feel that right hip really open in the front, or that left hip rather. Move your body again, up and down, side to side. Cats and cows, nice and slow and steady. Maybe making circles with your rib cage. That always feels good to me. All right, we're going into the left side, left arm up. Left arm on the ground, behind the right wrist, shoulder down, left side of the face or head. Feel the hips over the knees. And then stay there or bring the right arm up behind. Remember, you're using the top arm to pull that shoulder back if you want to twist more. Back of the left arm can push down into the floor. Keep the right knee heavy this time so you don't flip over. 2 minutes. Good, bringing out the upper back, so good for your spine, so good for your heart chakra. Nice steady breaths. Love goes in, fear goes out. Those are 2 polar opposite emotions, right? They say we can either go towards fearful emotions or towards, loving emotions at any time. So that's kind of the spectrum of emotions, right? We can move towards fear, we can move towards love, and I'm sure it's a tug of war a lot of times in our minds. I know it is for me. I try to catch those fearful thoughts and then plant a seed of love, which just means like I'm driving my car and all of a sudden I get a fearful thought of an accident and I say, I am safe, right? That's a loving thought. I am safe. Or I'm out with Dexter walking and I start thinking about alligators and coyotes. And I say, Dexter is safe. We are healthy. We are safe. We are strong. Right? Just changing the vibration of the thought. Okay, let's put the right hand in front of the face. Sweep the left arm out and up. And step the left foot back when you're ready. Side plank. Okay, now let your arm fall back to open your chest. Let your head hang. Open the front of your body. Push your hips forward. See how that feels. Keep on breathing. Arm can go over ear too, if that feels good. Feel the side of your body stretch. Okay, ready for the second side of our 5-minute high dragon. So let's take a big step forward, the left foot this time. Slide the back knee back. Find the structure, right knee over ankle, back thigh at an angle that feels good. Then slip that block in there to support you there. Lifting up through your chest, using your blocks under your hands. Now, if this pose is too hard, right, that's okay. Just do the baby dragon for the 5 minutes or the low dragon if you prefer. But this is a deeper stretch for the quads, for the hip flexors. This one, the high dragon compared to baby and low. Okay, so let's keep breathing. Back toes can point or curl under, whatever feels nice. Sending you sunshine today. We didn't have much this morning, but it's starting to come through a little bit. So breathe in the warmth, like bring warmth into your heart, into your body and mind. Maybe you've heard about, I'm not sure if he was a Holocaust survivor or maybe a prisoner of war that that was in a cell for many years. And while he was in there, I think it was golf or tennis that he was playing in his mind over and over and over again. And then when he got out, he was better at his game, right? Because in the mind, we're setting the intention for what we're experiencing. So just think how powerful the mind must be for that to happen. To just imagine playing a game and to improve your game by imagining. So just think of the things we could do with our minds if we use it that way. Keep on breathing. This mind is a powerful tool, but most people don't use it that way. But that's what we're learning through yoga, through meditation. That's 2 minutes, guys. We have 3 left. Keep breathing. Remember, you adjust it by leaning forward or leaning back. Left foot can walk to the left. If you feel like you're falling down into that right hip, try to keep them square. 3 more minutes. Remember, the hands are just there for balance on the blocks. If you need to, you adjust that block in front of your back knee to support you. That's our halfway point. Ooh, this one feels stronger for me today. This side definitely got harder faster. So I'm curling my back toes under to try to adjust it a little bit. See, even after all these years, right? We're all in the same boat here. Different levels of flexibility, but doesn't mean it's easy. People see someone that's flexible and think, oh, their body must feel good all the time. It's not true. It's all relative. Or someone's skinny, so they're always happy, or someone's rich, so they're always happy. It's like, no, it's all about what's going on in your mind. 90 seconds, keep breathing. Slow, steady breaths, making your intuitive adjustments, really opening up the hip flexors today. It's a mass of muscles that help lift the knee when you walk. It has a lot of other functions as well. That psoas starts in the lower back and goes through your abdomen, connecting to the top of the thigh. Very interesting complex of muscles. Quadriceps, stomach and spleen meridians. 1 more minute. So we did half frog, but we also did saddle pose, right? Some of you sat between your feet. That's another way to open the quads. Keep on breathing. Seconds. Now, if you want, you can slide that left leg out. put the block underneath the left hip this time and get into your dragon splits. Now, if you're staying in the other pose, that's fine. And then at that 5-minute mark, then we can shift back to half splits and stay there even longer. So if you're in the dragon splits, please feel free to stay. If you're ready to come out, go back to your half splits and let's just stay here, hang here for another 30 seconds. Okay, so lots of time. Go ahead, lay over your front leg if you're doing the half splits with me. Keep on breathing. Watch your mind, feel your breath, listen to your body all day long, not just now. This is just practice. So that's a good counter pose. Go ahead, bring the legs back. We're going to go back into child's pose because I want you to take a little forward fold here. Bowing to your beautiful self. Feel the stretch in your hip flexors. So open now, right? That crease between your hip and thigh. Good work. Let's go ahead, sit up. We're going to take the blocks behind us and rest here for a few minutes. In our final back bend, taking in all the poses, all the energy, all the deep relaxation. Laying back on your blocks, close your eyes and take rest, my friends, take rest. Close your eyes. Let your heart crack open today. A broken heart is an open heart, right? If we shield ourselves from pain, we can't feel anything. Let's take a deep breath in. Just let go, close your eyes. Let your body be in this pose for 2 minutes. Do what feels good with the legs, what feels good with your arms. No place to go, nothing to do. Floating in the beingness. Letting go of the doingness for now, just floating in that bliss, that open space you've created in your mind, body, and heart. Feel the spaciousness in the hip flexors, in your spine, in your shoulders. Let your breath breathe you. Just seeing the thoughts coming and going, remembering they're not who we are. Putting things into perspective so we can move forward from a rational mind, pragmatic thinking, pragmatic seeing. So let's begin to breathe a little bit deeper, slowly breathing into this relaxed, open body. Good. Breathing out, letting go. Skim the thumbs on your fingertips. Feel your senses wide awake. Stretch the arms up and over your head. Let the arms hang. Melting the heart a little bit more open. Keep on breathing. And then slide your feet flat and roll off to one side. Just when you're ready, no rush. Close your eyes, just resting in fetal position. Feel the earth. Thank you, Mother Earth. And then rise up. You're new now. You're different. You've changed. Come up to this new place that you are. And place your hands at your heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for being here today. For making time and then taking that time. I'm sure there's lots of obstacles that got in your way. But you got here, you did this work, and now you'll reap the benefits all day long. So let's close this practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So it goes Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, together. Breathe in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Wishing you peace in your body, in your mind, and in your heart. May we all move towards our highest self today in our words, in our thoughts, in our actions. Until we meet again, let's take a deep breath in. Namaste.